a music school for American students, a summer music school in the Palace of Fontainebleau.
American Conservatory. Well, that's the first name. Then the architect came later, just a few years later. And then it became École d'Art Américaine. A big part of modern music started here in Fontainebleau, in the American Conservatory. Don't forget that Nadia was a friend of Stravinsky, of so many composers. French influence became important, and of course we owe that to Robert Casatus and Nadia Boulanger and all the great teachers who were in the walls before us.
I try the best I can to transmit this knowledge of French music that Gabi Casatus gave me, and this tradition of French pedagogy, which is made of clarity, elegance, beautiful sound, depth.
J'ai perdu le ré de ma clarinette. J'ai perdu le ré de ma clarinette. Ah, si mon papa savait cela, la la la. Ah, si mon papa savait cela, la la la. La 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 la.
The level of our students is absolutely marvelous. When you teach there for 1 week or for 1 month, is to know what you can give them, what's new, what's interesting, what could be, how could I say, something new in their training.
The masterclass with Robert Levin is always a huge privilege. To be near such a musician, to get all that knowledge and the experience he has, and extremely fresh ideas, and well, it's a unique chance.
You get a sense of the mysterious, which is far more unsettling when you hold the pedal through than if you change it and you simply hear an interesting chord progression with ventilation at every place.
In the 20s, it was quite clear what the school had to bring to American students. Nowadays, we have to think about what we can give, in a time where everything is worldwide now. So what is interesting for American students to come in France and to study for 1 month in this fantastic castle, what we can bring in, technical level has involved. There is a great technical level everywhere in the world, but there is also a certain lack of culture. I'm not talking only about French music, I'm talking in general.
We are here at Fontainebleau. We are surrounded by these beautiful castles and beautiful nature. And then they try to make you feel these beautiful things and then try to make you put these beautiful things in the music rather than just teach you, you should use like what kind of technique in different places. So I think this is really different from American school and Chinese school.
Sometimes it's the first visit of American students in Europe.
First time in Europe and first time in France. This is the canal, by the way. We are right next to the beautiful chateau, and this is where we usually actually hang out.
A school like that can bring a real cultural background. You know, there is an atmosphere here that they breathe for the first time.
It really, I think, raised the standard of my playing and the amount of risks that I'm willing to take.
It's not the same thing to learn in Berlin, to learn in Paris, to learn in London, or in Moscow.
Technical approach in the States is much more emphasized than it is here. Here it's much more about trying to find inspiration in the culture and the language and the traditions.
Composition teachers in America now are French. You know, there is a strong tradition of writing music and teaching how to write music in France.
We finish on what? What kind of cadence?
Perfect cadence.
Yes, absolutely. In
B flat minor.
Yes, absolutely. Alors, play just the bass in the B flat minor, just the bass. Cadence of B flat minor. 3 notes. Mi, fa, si. Yes. Alors, where do you play E? Where do you play F? And where do you play B flat? Perhaps begin by the end, because B flat is under what note? Yes. Donc you can indicate first. Yes, absolutely.
We collaborate also with composers, you know, with the composition class.
There's a big juxtaposition between the piano and the string quartet that I play with throughout.
Also, since we are the last week, we collaborate with the architects.
Actually, a lot of words that we use to describe architecture are also connected to music. So it's almost that like the same way they design and build music.
Something very moving is coming, which is, you know, the anniversary, 100 years of the Conservatoire American, of the École d'Art Américaine. So we are working on a book, which is going to be, I think, a beautiful book with a lot of course, of photographies and texts. It's not only a sentimental thing, you know, it's to show the importance of the school in 1 century of music.
Il faut suivre la musique comme tu le sens intérieurement. Quelle beauté, frère. Il faut que ça berce, continue à bercer, de l'enfant dans les bras. Et continue.
are going to mix up the past and the future, because the school nowadays is really looking at the future.
It was very intense, and at the same time, so many incredible things happened. Friendship, music, harmony. And I think everyone will keep a very good remembrance of this session.